Breaking Nottingham Forest news. Eddie Nketiah is not a red as he rejects Forest. Breaking Forest news. Forest put in a third bid for Gimenez. Welcome to the latest update. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Breaking Forest news, as all hell is breaking right now in the transfer world, and I love it. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. Grumpy Old Reds will be tonight at 8:30, by the way, and we've got a lot to talk about. And by the way, don't forget, if you need a VPN for your Netflix, for your football, for whatever it is, go grab Surfshark. We're giving you 4 months for free. Use code FFTV and you get 86% off as well, or 83, can't remember which one. Anyway, let's get into the news. So this all started with, what's his name? Romano. I'm too excited to remember names right now. And Romano tweeted that Forest have put a third bid in for Gimenez. 33 million, all inclusive, including add-ons. And personal terms are agreed between Gimenez and Forest. He is now up for the move. It is up to Feyenoord now whether or not they will accept that bid. Now, we know that they wanted to break their club transfer record, which was 30 million euros. This obviously, maths, makes it higher than that. And they should be willing to accept that. So terms between the player and the club are fine. Gimenez now has been convinced that he wants to come. Let's not forget he didn't want to come. Let's not forget he was quite happy to stay at Feyenoord. It was never a sign to say that I really don't want to come. But maybe what's happened, he's looked at his options. Only really Leicester inquired about him, whatever that means. And then he thought, man, I need to go to a proper club here. So that's one side of the equation. Now, Forest are waiting back to hear from Feyenoord to see whether or not they'll accept the bid. Logic dictates they should, because this is the fee they wanted. Yes, it's with add-ons and what have you. In pounds, by the way, we're looking at 28 million. So it wouldn't even be our transfer record. Now, let's go on to the even more exciting news. And Eddie Nketiah, who has now become my all-time favourite player, has rejected Forest. It's him. Forest finally got into an agreement with Arsenal on what they were going to pay. So this side of it is coming from Ornstein. He says Eddie Nketiah proposed move to Forest has broken down. Let me say those two words again. Broken and down. Goodbye. Thank God. Broken down. Deal was in place between Forest and Arsenal worth up to 30 million. But agreement could not be closed with the 25-year-old striker. He should have put that word striker in quotations. Transfer still expected to materialise, big word here, elsewhere, before the window ends. So goodbye, Eddie. Thank you for nothing. You just gave me the worst week of my life. I was almost back into depression, man. And now you've taken me solely by yourself out of depression with your correct decision not to come to Forest. Because what does that tell you? He's a money merchant, man. He doesn't care about going to a club to try and get regular football. He didn't want to come down from his alleged 120k. He wanted more money to move to Forest. And Forest, thank God some sense finally came into them, didn't bow to his expectations or requirements. And this one's broken down. And now this is why we've had that knee-jerk's probably too strong a word, reaction to U-turn, again, Usher style, back to Santiago Giménez. Now, look, Santiago is not my number one choice, okay? I would like Mukuku. But if you made me choose between Gimenez and Nketiah, I'd take Gimenez with one leg. He scores goals. He's, good internationally. Okay, he didn't have a great Copa America. But the thing I can't stand is the people chucking the Dutch league into this equation. Because if you are someone who is using the Dutch league as a negative against him, then what do you think about the Brazilian league? What do you think about the players like Murillo that we've brought in, Danilo, Carlos Miguel, all these Brazilian players that every time we pick one up, everyone in the fan base gets excited. You could argue the Dutch league is stronger than the Brazilian league. My argument is simple. If the player is good enough, it doesn't matter what league they are in, they will produce the goods. And this is my feeling with Gimenez. Okay, it may take him a little time to hit the ground running, but at least he will hit the ground running, man. Eddie is only used to hitting the bench. That's the big difference for me here. And this Prem proven word that keeps getting thrown around is just doing my head in. Eddie Nketiah is not Prem proven. In fact, he's Prem proven to be crap. Just because someone has played in the Premier League, it does not make them good. How many players have gone to the Premier League and failed? Now, a couple of things of note with this Eddie Nketiah deal. Arsenal wanted to add on a hefty sell-on clause to it. And apparently it looks like Forest agreed to it. The other thing as well that may have just tossed a slight spanner in the works on this agreement was that Gabriel Jesus had or has picked up a knock. And Arsenal don't really have much backup in the front line. So that may have swayed them slightly back. So even if Nketiah had agreed to this deal, maybe because unless Arsenal could have got someone else in, they would have been forced to keep Eddie Nketiah. What a weekend. What a bank holiday weekend this is turning out to be. Forest win. Derby lose. Man U lose. Hooper FC lose. Eddie Nketiah ain't coming. And potentially Gimenez is coming in. And there's still a Gore. And there's still Monday to have a lion in. This is like the best bank holiday weekend ever. If Carling did bank holidays, this would be the bank holiday of all bank holidays for me. So, how are you guys feeling about this? Okay, I'm a little overexcited. The news has just broken. I want to get it out to you. We'll break it down in Gore at 8:30 tonight. And yesterday, I finally got to the next stage in the grievance process of acceptance, where I was like, okay, Eddie's going to be a red. I'm going to have to make my peace with it. I've backed every crap player that's ever come through those doors. Doesn't mean I think they're good. And now I don't need to. Now I can reverse back on the process and enjoy this beautiful weekend. Get excited about the Newcastle match midweek and the Wolves game next week. By the way, Wolves, what the hell happened to you lot? So, plenty to look forward to. We'll be back tonight at 8:30. We're going to have to talk this one out with the boys. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. The button's not working, so whatever. Just do what I said if you haven't done it already. We'll see you later on tonight. Go grab your Surfshark if you need a VPN. Come on, you Reds.